Please enjoy this feature presentation of the Crooked River Radio Network. This program is rated for all audiences. Please enjoy this feature presentation of the Crooked River Radio Network. This program is rated for all audiences.
4 guys on sports. 4 guys on sports. 4 guys on sports starts now.
Hey, ain't it though?
There we go. We're here.
Are we? Are you sure about that? I'm not.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm somewhere. Good afternoon, morning, or whatever the hell this is, everybody. We actually are on the internet radio show called 4 Guys on Sports. Can you believe it? Yay! Oh, how about that for optimism?
There you go.
All right. So anybody that's been listening for about the last 20 minutes knows we were having some audio issues. Just kind of getting the bugs out of where we were a little while ago. I had a lot of computer issues over the last week, and I ended up having to take everything down for maintenance. This computer is probably going to be next, but I'm going to try to wait till I don't have anything show-wise coming up. That's about.
They can't hold us back.
What's that?
The show must go on.
That's right. Damn straight. Anyway, we got lots to cover tonight. Oh boy, what do we got to cover tonight?
Well, we do have the Browns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready.
Controversy in Brownstown.
If you look at the title that I put, let me get it here. I try to see it here. Topic for today: the big Browns. It's a big brown mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big brown mess. All right, I'll drink to that.
Yes, sir.
The one thing that they did that I am completely and you know, the butthead saw it coming, so he it was like the rats deserting a sinking ship. I'm trying to do something here. The firing / leaving of Paul DePodesta. Oh my God. Thank you. And let's hope that old Andrew Berry is next. That, to me, is probably one of the best things that could have happened this year. I've never been a fan of that butthead, and I never will be. And I remember even back when Eric was doing this show with us, he always was saying, "Oh, well, they need to get rid of Paul DePodesta." Well, they did it finally. Now the next one that's got to go is Andrew Berry, because he has. If I was to rate him as far as a GM, it'd probably be about 2.5 stars out of 5. He's all right, but the man doesn't have a clue on what a pick is. And so, you get what you pay for.
Okay, bring my plate.
And you get what you pay for it. And that's where we're at with that now. Any comment from either of you?
First off, Paul DePodesta is what to the Browns?
he was their statistical analyst. It was about
Jay,
he was the one.
He moved to baseball.
He was the one that brought the stats thing to Cleveland, and to me, he with what we've had in the past 3 or 4 years here, the time he's been here, supposedly making the team better, he didn't have a clue. He has no clue. I, what ended up happening though is he called him and said, "Oh, I got a job. I got a job with another team in baseball. I'm going to go there." Oh, hallelujah! Thank the Lord for that. They can have him. But anyway, that then you can blame that guy for a lot of it because he had a lot of irons in the fire for this, and of the very fact that they picked up that oh, I'm coming back to play next week. Deshaun Watson. That was one of his major picks. What do you think, Evan?
Worst decision we've ever made as a franchise. By far, it's just horrible because all of that money and time that we put into this contract is weighing us down from progressing it.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there.
But my thing is this: they certainly have leadership issues, and it's quite evident. Yeah, they made error with Deshaun, but you can sympathize with them. You get it. They were hopeful when they made that selection. It's unfortunate that he had recovered, probably emotionally and certainly not physically. But here's the thing that gets me. I've never been a fan of play calling on either side of the ball. And now it looks off. I was never a fan of Baker Mayfield. However, what I look at now is that the Browns have to take some responsibility for not being able to offer up the proper motivation to help that young man mature. Because now, man, he's balling. He's doing his thing. Now, they had him. And when they had him, they also had a loaded team on both sides of the ball. However, they did not have the leadership in order to help him develop and become what we see today. And that right there is terrible. And that points directly at him as a franchise. And I have a problem with as you said, Paul. I have a problem with Stefanski. I have a problem with the whole kit and caboodle. Even now, okay, they selected what appears really to be two decent rookie quarterbacks. Okay. And I don't have a problem with them going with Dylan Gabriel. But I think it's asinine that you wasted a draft pick on Shadur if you're not going to use him. I think that's foolish. And not only that, I think it's silly that, number one, the man can play. So why not, man, trade him something that will help you since you're not going to use him? Because they need help. Okay, you really don't need these two quarterbacks. I mean, I think it's foolish. Okay, if you're gonna go with Dylan, then go with Dylan. If you're gonna go with Shadur, but you don't need both of them. But you need some other pieces. So I look at Cleveland, and I don't think they're serious as a franchise. I think that the fans let them off the hook because the fans don't demand winning, so they don't practice winning habits. They don't recruit to win. They don't appear to develop to win. That's my because I'm like, man, I don't even know how. I'm like, man, yeah, okay. He gave up play ball. He should have gave up play ball long time ago. But that's not getting done, man. They need some change, man. You just can't go on along being a trash franchise. It's a hurt. That's how I look at it.
The next question that seems to come to my mind after that is what do we do for the rest of the year? You've already, what, 2-7, 2-8, something like that,
2-7.
and you got one of the toughest blowouts coming you're ever going to see, and that's Baltimore and Cleveland. They might as well just bend over and pull down their pants.
You mean Cleveland's not favored in that?
No, they were favored last Saturday or last Sunday, and I got to admit I tried to sit and watch some of that game last Sunday. What a flipping mess! The same old shit every damn year, and they just did it again. You can't survive in this league with 1 or 2 wins. And that's what they're going to have this next year. They're going to be lucky if they don't get above the number 3 spot. They're going to get number 1 pretty quick. And well, so what do you do with that? I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to put that damn do the old Bill Belichick move and declare him with diminishing skills and be done with him. If they put that man back on this field, I won't watch the rest of the season. I don't.
They put who back on?
He's Deshaun.
Deshaun?
Yeah. If they put him on the field, I won't watch any more of it. Because it's you're going to go from one little mess to one big ass mess.
Well, you got to see what he has. But I'm thinking too. I think what would be wise. Yeah, I would like to see what he has, but I would also like to see what the other quarterbacks are doing. Because if you play Shadur and he looks good, okay, then you can help to raise the value. And if you're going to trade one of the quarterbacks, you can get something back. So the strategy of just allowing the sit on the bench and be turned into bench grabbers is stupid to me. It doesn't make good business sense. It makes no sense. And the same thing. So Deshaun, you have to see what he has to offer, if he has anything at all there. You have to see.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I listen to some sports channels up here, and I saw a clip on Facebook that I'm about to describe here. You had there was a clip on Facebook that had Tony Rizzo on talking about the Browns. Rizzo does this. I think it's 6 o'clock to the 10 o'clock slot on one of the local news or sports shows, and that man was so adamant, and he was so right. It was pathetic. What are you going to do with this? You need to fire the whole damn thing. And I hate to say it, but I agree with him. You get rid of if you're in the mess that you're in right now, fire everybody. It's all their faults. It's not my fault. It's not, where the fault lies is between the three, of which they got rid of one. So between the two of them and the owner, let's not let him off the hook.
We can't fire the owner. What's the problem?
What's that, Evan?
We can't fire the owner.
I wish. I wish he'd sell the damn thing and let somebody buy it that wants it.
Well, they have luck. We've had 2 owners once came back, actually 3, and we have done little to nothing with it.
Yeah, well, here we go. What are you going to do? Anyway, I am curious to see what the vote is going to be on. In fact, let's do it now. Baltimore versus Cleveland. Have I got any guesses here? What do you think? Who's going to win that game?
Well, Baltimore's going to win it.
Now, I'm going to tell you something with that statement, Gordon.
Okay.
You say that it's going to be easy for the Ravens. Well, you got to consider that team now is really hungry for a loss. They probably got their asses chewed by the owner on down. And Pittsburgh and the Ravens always have trouble with Cleveland. Could they sneak this one out? Interesting thought, isn't it? I think they.
I'm taking Baltimore by +7.
I'd give them 14. Yeah, we'll still have to see what happens here.
Baltimore isn't playing. They're not playing especially well either. Now. I mean, they're only 1-5, right? But I mean, Cleveland is just, man. I just don't know what to say. But yeah,
I'll tell you what. With Cleveland being in the shape they're in, and the falling down and lack of any kind of defense or offense last week, if that continues, they're done. They might as well not even bother.
Well, I think they're done because of this right here. Okay, the offense is bad, right? And the defense would be middle of the road, or probably middle of the road, but because you just can't ever get the defense off the field for extended drive, then now, so your defense falls. It's just a law of averages.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, the other thing is this. I'm sorry, let's say this. With the whole quarterback controversy that we're looking at from, around the country, we're looking at Dylan Gabriel, and you have Shadur back there, but he hadn't got the reps with the starters, and so we can't just throw him in. And at the same time, he's worthless as trade bait because no one's seen him play. So you can't say, "Hey, I'll trade for this or that." I mean, he came in as a 5th round pick.
Yeah, but we know that's politics. But at the same time, that's why I was saying, go ahead, let him get some reps, so you can see what you got. So you have the ability to trade and get something else in, because you don't. I don't even care. I don't care if he's better, worse, or whatever. But I know he's a quarterback, and I think he's a quality quarterback. But they're both young quarterbacks. The point I'm making Let him get some reps so you can get some traits because you need more than that. I believe that either of the two quarterbacks will develop and be satisfactory, but they need somebody to throw the ball. They need some help, either one of them. And I don't think that Cleveland, it's like they function like they don't see the writing on the wall. I'm like, man, go ahead, let the guy get some you can move him. Don't just let him sit there and then you're gonna be suffering, and you're not gonna be suffering next year either. I mean, it don't even matter a better quarterback next year. If you were in the draft and you got somebody better, it wouldn't even matter because you still don't have nobody to throw the ball to. So I'm like, hey, you gotta come on, please. They just don't seem serious as a franchise. Don't seem serious.
Well, it's been that way for quite a while. You got to wonder what, you know, this last draft, just as a for instance, I thought they're going to take number 2. They'll get somebody good. Instead of taking it, they take that defensive lineman. I don't remember what his name was, but they took. They didn't need that much help over there. Hell, the defense is tough. But instead of taking something good, you know, you gotta face facts here, and that is that the anything after the second or third round is less than a 50-50 chance of succeeding. And as far as Sanders goes, I think that was um, I think it was a mistake to begin with. I think they could have probably had a better pick with somebody up in the upper rounds. But you don't know nothing. You're not running the Browns. But if I was, but on if I owned that team, I'd probably fire the whole damn thing. You've got this. The other thing that bothers me here is you've got these players that are so gung ho. You get them on the field, they play, and this we could almost call this um, a syndrome from the world a couple of years ago. the you had a certain wide receiver that thought he was the greatest thing in the world, and the guy didn't do crap. And I know y'all know who I'm talking about.
No, because Nate doesn't.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Because all I know is they had a nice receiving core, and they didn't know how to motivate their quarterback to utilize him. And so the quarterback looked goofy, and they looked goofy too. And it's really on ownership because now the quarterback looks like a stud.
They're you don't you have to tell me you don't see that certain quarterback you were talking about would have never ever made it here. Wasn't going to happen. Cleveland's like
because of the ownership.
Cleveland's like
Quarterback killer.
they're a
Yeah.
they're a they're a destination before the destination. You know, most of these guys when they come off out of college think they're the best thing since sliced bread, and you have to take it all with a grain of salt. You know, Baker would have never made it here. Face it. It's not that he wasn't good enough. He wasn't. He was immature,
He
and
was immature, very, very immature.
he would have never made it here. So good luck for him. And I will say this, and I've said it 100 times: Baker will always be Baker.
I hear what you're saying on that, and your critique on him. But I'm looking at where he's at, and I think he's doing very well. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. I don't care what quarterback you put there. So with that, I can't really criticize Baker much on. And I think he has really progressed, you know, as a quarterback.
Here's another look at. Baker got in Cleveland, right? Deshaun Watson got injured in Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Gabriel got sacked multiple times last week, which to me uh, opens the door up for an injury moving forward if that continues. And so it points to strategy. What is your skills? Why is it that you can't protect the quarterback? Because I mean, so we go back to the initial argument that put on the table was that it's the problem of leadership. Because Dylan. How many times you gonna get sacked? And make it so bad. Dylan's not even. He's not a big quarterback. So look at Arizona. Quarterback getting hit. And Dylan's not even that stout. So you keep getting hit. Eventually, you're gonna be on that injury. So because you figure Baker got hurt here, not to mention he was immature, and we get it and all that, but it's starting to look like, okay, yeah, I get it, he was a clown, but they didn't have the ability to help him grow and mature.
Yeah, I kind of think you're right there. Oh,
Yeah,
anyway,
right now they're not. How can I say it? The offense isn't quarterback friendly, so to speak. So yeah, they're going to have more problems. Which, as you say, I don't think Dylan Gabriel is the problem really. And then at this point, if you throw Shadur out there and he's going to try to extend and make plays, and he could end up getting injured.
And then look at this. Yeah, last game, think about this. How many times do we see in the same game those two tremendous returns? I mean, back to back. I mean, that's just that's like amazing. I mean, it's funny. You look at it from two different perspectives. You look at it from the team that it happened to, and the team that got it. The team that it happened to, I can imagine they come over there, after that took place, like, man, what's wrong with you guys? You guys, this whole time. I'm sure they ripped, right? And then in that ripping process, hey, what do we do? We talk about habits here, there, and the other place. And then they went right back out in the exact same thing. And then on the other side of the ball, I'm thinking the other team is saying, yeah, God, hey, You guys done exactly what we talked about. You hit it like this, and then you go there and bam. It's a done deal. That's what I'm talking about. We can do this all day. They went right back out and done it again. So it's funny because you could just imagine the two different conversations on uh, on the different sides of the field. But in Cleveland's case, for as amazing as it was for Chicago to accomplish that, just can't understand how Cleveland could allow that to happen back to back. Okay, maybe once, right here, then happen again in a different game somewhere later, but back to back. I'm like, what are they doing? Yeah, so it's weird.
Yeah, that it is. It's weird. The way that they play was weird too. I'm having a little bit of an issue here. So bear with me a minute.
Sorry, guys.
All right, speaker, USB 2. I'm trying to get this board. We're not putting anything out over the audio. Hello there. Somebody say something now.
Okay.
Hey,
Didn't work. Audio, I'll have to work on this later. At least we're getting it recorded. Anyway, what's going on with Dallas?
Interesting. Okay, I do want to speak briefly on the Marshawn Keelan incident. The young man that took his life, which was sad. He had scored a touchdown. Oh, he was defensive lineman. Was he defensive tackle? But anyway, the young man made a big play, and he had been going through some things, and he has a child on the way. And if you guys, I'm sure you guys heard, he took his life. Police were after him, and they had already said that he had some mental issues, and that he had already sent notice to his family stating he was going to take his life, and no one knows why. But with that, I just wanted to speak on that and say, what a sad incident. 24 years old, just a kid, and then you have that, and now you have, with all that going on, and then the other thing on the Cowboys, they are a half a game better than the Browns, I think.
well, no more games played.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing I need to speak on briefly.
Go ahead.
With basketball, NBA, of course, you guys heard about the Mavs firing their GM, Nico Harrison, because of the trade for Luka Doncic for Anthony Street Clothes Davis. So anyway, fans been having a fit, and they finally got rid of him. That's
Which
it
was
for the Dallas
makes
area.
no sense. Because to be honest, he doesn't have the juice to pull that trade off himself. So that's signed off on. But that makes fans happy, and that's what they do. They find the fall guy because they don't want to own up because they're getting so much heat. Because he clearly he doesn't like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. You not the franchise player. You don't. That's got to be a lot of people got to do that. But
Right. Got to sign
it's
off
a
on
very
that.
interesting
I get what you're
trade,
saying.
and if the thing that's interesting there is that so Dallas about now is that, hey, look, we're not going to allow AD to hit the floor until we're absolutely certain that he's okay, he's healthy, and that he's not going to injure himself, which is interesting because I think that they're posturing themselves to unload him. That's what I.
Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear what you're saying, which is interesting, but I think we're going to be looking at them as another
Right.
franchise that's rebuilding
Mm-hmm.
because I think once Kyrie gets healthy, he's going to want out as well. And so we're going to see just tanking after tanking, which when you look at it, that goes back to that was a horrible trade.
It depends on who. It depends on how you look at it. I mean, to me, it was a great trade. I'm happy with it.
A great trade for the Lakers. Yes, a great trade for the Lakers. But I'm saying for that, the Dallas franchise was a bad trade.
I got a good player. He's a tremendous.
Bad trade.
He just doesn't play that often.
Yeah. That's the reason they call him street clothes.
He's going. I mean, but there's a couple different ways to look at it. If you're looking at it glass half full, you look at it and say, you know what? Hey, unless he hits that's less mileage on him. Man,
Uh,
that translates to a longer career. So,
but street clothes, yeah. But again, because I said for the franchise, it does nothing. It does nothing for the franchise.
what keeps him around longer if they keep,
It-
you know.
if he's not going to play, he's not useful. He's not an asset, right?
But you figure, well, think of all the draft picks they're going to get now from being a lottery team.
And they will get more of them because of the NBA. Their drafting system is shady at best.
Yeah, it's shady, man. I'm like, man, how did you manage to get Cooper Flat? It was such bull. But yeah, and
I've
and,
seen it work both ways with Dallas. I've
and
seen
it
it where they
depends
had the most balls and got the uh, didn't get the highest pick. They got the lowest pick, and then this time I saw them with the least, and they got the highest pick. So my thing is this: they are the big cats decide they get in a room somewhere and decide, okay, all right, between these 16, you guys are going to get the first pick.
you figure it does look very shady. And if it's shady, you figure Dallas is whining and crying right now. So they may reward him again back-to-back seasons, man.
Oh yeah, because this is a big
Get lucky
market,
again with the
and
balls and get the number one
if
pick
you look
again.
at this, if you look at it, I mean, every game since the trade, that's all the fans they chant, get rid of Nico. I mean, they chant that. They boo him. Anthony Davis goes out, and I mean, they boo him. It's like, look, we're tired of this. You come in here, and you're supposed to be all this. And come on, dude, have you ever had a full season in your career?
It's funny though,
It-
because the way he gets hurt though, I mean, it's like, oh man, the big toe. I mean,
yeah, so
the guy gets hurt, man. It is what it is. But
yeah, I'm not going to
just
question him being
man,
injured, but again, the as they say, the best ability is availability, and he's hardly ever available.
I tell you what, I never ride in the car with him and let him drive. Too accident prone. I'm like, man, no sir, buddy. Man, just being with you in the car is a hazard, man. You probably
Yeah,
gonna
no,
wreck, crash, get a
yeah.
blowout, plane fall on the car. I mean, this dude, man, it is amazing, man. It really is amazing. But as a Lakers fan, man, I think it was a great trade.
Oh yeah, if you're a Lakers fan, it's a great trade. Absolutely. But
Oh
you got to
my
think of it from
goodness,
the Dallas franchise. They got fleeced, and it was
man.
because they wanted to get rid of Luca. But the thing of it was that and Luca wanted to be here. That was the crazy part. He wanted to be here.
But
Then the other part of it is this. When you have someone of that caliber, and you say, okay, I'm going to trade for an Anthony Davis. If you got a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you don't trade for Anthony Davis. If you do, it's going to be Anthony Davis in several pieces. If you have these top players, these top young players, and you trade for a guy who's been in the league for how many years has AD been in the league?
he's
What,
been in
about
the
10
league a little bit.
years?
But you think he's only 30 years old, 31 years old.
So, and he came in at what, like 2021?
I don't know, but you figure
And
he's a.
he
It's not that he's an old player. It's just that he's, I mean, he's just subject to injury.
and the thing of it is this: there have been so many times that I've heard you criticize him and call him soft.
Yeah, but he's a lot harder nowadays.
But you said that. So I'm just trying to figure out where you stand on that. Stand 10 toes down on it, brother.
I think it was a great trade. I mean,
Standing on 10 toes down, it was a bad trade for Dallas. Horrible trade. So in that, he got fired, but also I say this.
MAGA is in a complete.
What was that?
what is that?
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't think my phone would make it through there.
Here, let's change the angle on this. How do you guys feel now that Mark Cuban no longer owns the Mavericks? I don't think you ever would have tolerated a trade like this while he owned
No.
the team. Now that the owner's different,
Yeah.
apparently there's some kind of tolerance for losing. It's about all I can figure.
Yeah. I got a thought on that too, also, because I was going to go there, but I got kind of sidetracked with my brother being facetious. The new owners, they are casino owners, and I think what they really want is they want a casino. They're not really basketball sports fans, and so in that, like Nate had stated, with all the echoing going on and everything, which he and I had already talked, that the management signed off on that trade. They signed off on it, and then Nico winds up being the scapegoat. But I think they, and also Luka had one of those max deals, and I think they didn't want to pay that money anymore. And I think what they really would like to do is move the team. That's what they wanted to do, but they got pressure and then they backed off. Said, "Oh no, we're not going to do that." It was a chance they would be in Vegas. But also in this, Evan, to answer to respond to your statement, is that now Cuban said, I would say that any players, untradeable, which I don't think Cuban would have let it happen. But also he said this. He said that they did not get enough for him. If you're going to trade a player like Luka, you have to get more for him.
Oh yeah.
And I think they got a 2029 first round pick from the Lakers as well. Well, it remains to be seen, but it looks like Lakers are on the uptick. So if they get a 2029 first round pick, and it might be a later round, it might be a weak draft that year. It might be later in the draft. So so I mean, it doesn't really matter. So, and I think that they would use that as for trade capital as well, that additional pick. But they really didn't get much for him. They really didn't. For the caliber player Luka is, and the years that he has coming on him, he's what, 24 now or something like that, 23, 24. So he's hitting his prime. And
He's
I
like
think that
22, man.
in who, Luka?
I don't know how old he is.
No. He's about 24 years old. So, in that, you're looking at, the Lakers, they hadn't peaked. They aren't all the way healthy yet, and it's just they're going to be they're a couple pieces away from
Luka's
being
26, Gordon.
No. Yeah,
I looked it up. He's 26 years old.
they listed him as 24 when he came in the
No.
league. He was what, 18?
He's
19?
26 years old, man. I'm looking at
He's
it.
been in the league, what, how many years?
He's been in the league for a minute now, but he's 26 years old, man.
He's been in the league, let's see. 18, so
Born February 28th, 1999.
um
28 years
right,
old. I mean, excuse me,
Luka's
26
28 years old, man.
I said 26 years old. I said
Yeah.
he's born February 28th, 1999. He's 26 years old.
So he's only 4 years younger than
AD.
Anthony Davis. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look that up. Are you sure Anthony
Yeah.
Davis is 30?
31 years old.
He's 31. Okay, he's 31,
Yes, that's what
about
I'm
to be
saying.
32.
AD is not an old player. He's just a hurt player.
He's 31, about to be 32. But come on now, how many players play till 40 and be productive?
Well,
AD's
you
not
got
in
the
his prime.
blueprint for it.
AD's not in his prime. So you're not going to see too many of those. And let's look at this. When you look at great players, Kobe and Dirk, they were doing their farewell tour in their late 30s.
Yeah. Here's the other thing you got to consider, though. A couple of things that, Evan, you threw out there. One, first and foremost, is about the Cuban deal. Cuban bailed out of Dallas because Cuban's interested in the Vegas franchise. And to Gordon's point, Dallas is loved in Dallas. And I don't think Cuban even wanted to I don't think he even wanted to deal with that. Trying to deal with that, and really the whole Vegas franchise thing came to life anyway as a result of LeBron. LeBron posturing for future retirement, being an owner, having a franchise in Vegas. So that's how that ball even started initially anyway. So as they were, trying to figure out how he can roll out and make this happen, which is kind of in his head, but in that, Cuban looked at that, and obviously Cuban, being the businessman that he is, finds that to be an attractive opportunity. So Cuban bailed out of Dallas for that reason. But the other part is, no, absolutely not. Cuban has already said that he would not have traded Luka. Not like that he would have wanted more for him.
Right.
But technically speaking, if you really look at it like this, if Kyrie Irving is healthy, and I get it, but if AD is healthy, and if the other big they have is healthy, that's also hurt, man, that's a championship.
Isn't he? Isn't he back?
Roster is better than the roster with Luka. So when I look at it like that, it's that roster is more complete. With
I'll put it like this, though.
The problem
go ahead. Okay.
He's not healthy. But Kyrie's not healthy. and neither is, I'm sorry, I don't know why. What does it start with the D? The other
Gafford,
pig.
Daniel
Yeah,
Gafford.
yeah, he's not
Now,
him.
and I'm gonna say this about Gafford before you get on the Gafford bandwagon. Gafford is not an all-star player
No, he's a great rim
by no
runner,
means.
but he's playing beside
But
AD. And man, he
so
don't
keep
have
in
to be,
mind,
man.
they got him for NBA standards. They got him for pennies on the dollar, so to
Mhm.
speak, from where was he at? Charlotte?
From Washington.
Or was it from
From Washington.
Washington?
Mhm.
Okay, from Washington. Yeah, that's right. He went in the Tim Hardaway deal, I think it was. But he was not. I could say this. He wasn't a impact player. He has to play beside. It has to be a certain type of player that he plays beside. You follow me?
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Because of that, because he's a guy that he can't shoot. You know, he can run and dunk the ball.
That's all you need. And the
And
reason why that's all you need, though, that's all you need because you have AD, who is a transcendent big man, who can shoot, who can handle, who can face up, who can, play in the post, who can defend. I mean, you got all that. The thing that AD doesn't want to do is bang and be a center. So you have Gafford to do the banging and being the center, helping on the defensive end. Now you got a big to big scenario where he can lob, and you got Kyrie who can create and lob. Man, the team to me, it was a more complete and a more a better contending team for a potential championship with this roster construction. Is just that who would have thought that they would all be broke down and hurt? So you got three starters hurt. Okay, so literally three starters hurt, and not just three role playing. I mean, three critical starters. So you got
well,
Kyrie, who's literally one of the best finishers in the league, one of the most dynamic players in the league.
agreed.
You got AD, arguably the best big man in the league, the most versatile
But
big man. Now,
yeah,
outside
yeah,
of
the best
Wemby,
stretch four. We're calling him one of the better stretch fours because he's not a true big because he doesn't
he,
like to play a true big.
I'll say, what I mean? So who's going to check a
He
6'11"
has been
guy,
known
who can do all
to
he
be
can do?
soft,
That's not playing at the center position.
and
So, I mean,
yeah, he's been known to be very soft. But
so,
I'm just saying that's what
yeah,
you
I
dubbed
agree
him
he's
as.
soft. I agree,
You
but that's
dubbed him as that.
why he doesn't make us. He's not a center to me.
You
He's more
dubbed
like
him as that.
he's a
Now,
great.
you look around the league now. There's a lot of stretch forwards. And when he's shooting those jump shots, come on, man. I'm gonna say this about him. He's no dirt.
No, he isn't. But at the same time, he's like three times more athletic than Dirk ever dreamed to be. So I mean, the guy is, man. I got to give it up. The guy not playing a center is an awesome guy and a handful. It's just a problem, man. You
But I
don't
say
know, man.
this, and I
Is
say
gonna
this.
break a fingernail?
Now, when you say that, Nate, I'm gonna say this. He has to have, even him. He has to have a Kyrie like player around him because I saw him play without Kyrie, and it was abysmal.
Yeah, I agree.
It was, so he has to have that. So I hear what you're saying. Okay, you got to have just the perfect mix with him. Whereas Luca, on the other side of that, Luca can go and play with anybody, any team, and make them a better team.
Yeah, and which is what they're thinking they have in Flag. That's what they're thinking.
And but he's green. We don't even
I
know
know
yet.
it.
We really
I
don't
know.
know.
I know.
I think he showed me that he's a pretty good player. Now,
Mhm.
is he going to be a great player? That remains to be seen.
Right, but they are thinking that they have, and that's another thing, man. Because man, like you say, man, NBA is full of it in some respect. I mean, in order to, appease Dallas, and I really honestly think this. I think that everybody knew what was up because everybody's in it for the dollars at the end of the day. And I'll be honest, Dallas just wasn't a big enough market for Luka. Now, Luka probably didn't know what they were doing, but they knew what they were doing.
Well,
And I
don't get me
believe
wrong.
that
I hear what you're saying. But when you
it's
say that, Nate, you got to think about this. The two most storied franchises in basketball are what? Are who?
well, we know Los Angeles is. I think it's Los Angeles and New York
I think it's
and Boston.
Boston,
I
Los
may
Angeles,
say
and
Boston,
Boston,
but
and
I would say
and
arguably we could
you
argue
know,
how we could narrow it down to the two, but it would
and
certainly be those three.
and and the thing about it is this: Dallas is big. It's big. It's a
Yes,
big
it's
franchise. It
big,
really
but
is.
but it's big.
It's not a small. I put it like this: it's not a small market.
No, it's not a
It's not
small
like a
market, but
Denver or
it's
a
not like
San
the
Antonio.
markets that are a draw for the entire league.
No,
And
no,
and
no,
we
no,
talk
no.
about
There's
the
only two
entire league
or
draws.
three.
We look at New York, Los Angeles, and Boston. They are draws for the entire league. And
True,
Luca
true.
being in Los Angeles is good for the league. Now, with Boston being injured the way they are right now, it's really bad for the league. But we got New York kind of, on the come up. I'm gonna tell you something. What really, I wouldn't be surprised, but San Antonio, for some reason, has been able to be a stayer. But I wouldn't be surprised if somehow the next they finagle something, man. The next thing you know, Wemby is somewhere like in Boston or New York or L.A. But he won't be in L.A. with Luca like that there. But I wouldn't be surprised if somehow
It'd
he
be
wound
insane.
up somewhere like Boston and New York. I really wouldn't be surprised because they need these franchises to thrive. And New York has been suffering. They had suffered for a long time. They're nice now, but they had suffered for many years here. Really since the Patrick Ewing, and then Carmelo Anthony came in and gave them a breath of hope. But after that, man, they basically have been pathetic. And now
Yeah.
they're on the come up again. And then Boston has been they had went down, and now for several years they have been a team to contend with. But now going through this phase with all these injuries now,
Yeah.
they're not looking good. But then they know that's short lived because they
Yeah.
know that they've got players coming back. But now
Yeah.
now Los Angeles is back in the mix.
Agree.
Unfortunately, again,
Yeah.
Philadelphia is a market that needs to thrive for the league,
Um.
help the league
Yeah.
survive, and they're
Yeah.
going through some hardship because of injuries, and they
Right.
got a big, which is like AD and Joel, who can't stay healthy.
But you know what? And I say this, and I hear what you're saying because when you look at it, you look at a team like uh, the OKC, the Thunder, which is a
Mhm.
very small market, and it doesn't do as well for the NBA overall when these small market teams are winning championships. It doesn't. And I hear what you're saying. Now Dallas is much bigger, a bigger market, but San Antonio being a small market team, and they've always been able to be a staple, and I think they're going to be again.
Mhm.
Which with Wemby, just what I've seen with him, it looks almost ridiculous. I'm watching him block Draymond Green's shot multiple times, and he doesn't even jump.
Yeah,
You know, it's
Draymond got
it
mad.
looks
Huh?
he looks like he's 3 feet taller than Draymond. So it looks like me playing against my grandson out there or something. Um, it's just, oh my God, it's crazy, and that's a thing that is blowing me away. I know you made predictions on Wemby, and you were right. I was a little bit skeptical. I thought, okay, it's just another freakishly tall guy that has a little bit of skill. Now he continues to get better. If he can stay healthy, only thing that could have been the guys that could have played against him are all gone from the league now. which would have been Yao Ming in his heyday and Shaq. You know, because those guys were big enough to where Wemby doesn't weigh enough to
Yeah.
move those guys. You know, Shaq would have just overpowered and dunked over him. Although Wemby is got about 5 inches on him.
It's
You know,
ridiculous, isn't it?
it's crazy. This dude did. He came in 7'2". He's 7'5" now.
Yeah, and I don't even, I think that, because they were talking about, really, even then they were saying he was taller than 7'2", but whatever the case is, he's a freaking giant now. And it's amazing, man. And he may still be growing, man. Young kid, man. It's like, it's
you
crazy.
know,
He might wind up being about 7'7" or something, like, when it's all said.
I don't know, but all I know is this right here. I think where he's at now, he's hit a sweet spot. Man, if he gains like maybe another 10, 15 pounds, he's just, oh my God. And he doesn't really need it. I mean, he just, he's so tall that he doesn't have to worry about the banging so much. Especially when you got someone like Draymond Green, who's 6'8", 6'9", trying to play against him. That's like me trying to play against someone 6'5", 6'6".
It's ridiculous.
Me trying to post them up, and they're 6'6". It's not going to probably go very well for me.
I need to interrupt you here. You guys want to do the picks this week?
Yeah, let's do them real quick. I got to plug in. I'm about to lose power too, so
I got to do that too. I do want to make one quick comment here. When we were talking about the Browns, there is something really sad happening in, I think he's up in Amherst or Lakewood, something like that. Bernie Kosar's in a hospital. He's having liver issues. They thought he was going to be able to get a transplant. That didn't happen. The liver is actually bleeding. I don't really think he's going to be around much longer. He's just, it's so sad. I watched him the whole time he played, and all the crap that he went through and everything like that. He's trying to hang in there. Bernie, if you're listening, man, hang in there. God's got you. And that's about it. Let's get into the picks, you guys.
Absolutely.
Who's looking them up?
Oh, I don't have. Oh man, I'm on my phone, so I'm not really have the capability here.
Let me see here.
Evan, you're on a computer, right?
Yes, I am.
Can you look them up for us?
I can do that. Let's see here. NFL. All right. Let's see here. This week's stuff. All right.
Well, let's start this off right.
Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks!
That felt better.
One of these teams, man, this is such a weird year. Folks that I expected to be good are stinking up the place.
I don't think the Browns are ever going to be any good until they get rid of the management they've got.
Yeah. Commanders
like
are
Cowboys. Every now and again they'll tease you.
Okay, I do have the pages. I'm gonna just read them off here. To start with, this is the early game. It's being played in Spain. It's the Commanders at Dolphins.
I'm taking the Commanders.
Dolphins it's basically two bottom feeders this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I expected more of the Commanders. I really did.
I'll go with the crowd on that one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders as well. So I think that's unanimous. Let me move to the next one here. Okay, we have Panthers at Falcons. That's one of the 1 o'clock games.
That'd be a good
I'm
one.
gonna go with the Panthers on this one.
Hmm.
Falcons, another team that's taken a step back to me for whatever reason, and Panthers is, they're kind of, they're better than I expected them to be. So
They really have been, but they're playing in Atlanta though, so I'm gonna take Atlanta. I'm gonna be the odd man out.
I'm going to go with the Panthers again. You just said, hey, the Panthers are on the upswing. I do like what I see. I don't have a chance to see too much of it simply because I don't use YouTube for it. Okay. Good. Oh, Pat, did you make a pick?
Not yet. I'll take the Panthers.
You like the Panthers? Okay, let me move to the next game here. We have this. This has to be one of the feature games. Buccaneers at Bills.
Ooh, that's going to be good.
Man. Hey, you know what? Because I'm such a Josh Allen fan, I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills just simply because I still, man, it's hard to root for Baker.
I think I'd go with the Bills too. I think that's a more solid team than what he's got down there.
I think so too. I
agree. I think the Bills are starting to round out, and some of the struggles that they had a few weeks ago are starting to lessen. So I'm going to go with the Bills as well. Okay, next one up, we have Chargers at Jaguars.
Chargers at Jaguars.
I got to rock with the Chargers, man.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Yeah.
Plus, what's his name? Travis Hunter, man, season-ending injury, man.
Oh, that's not.
Let's do the Chargers for me.
All the history there. I mean, Marty Schottenheimer coached there. They have that cool team song, so I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. All right, next one up. Bears at Vikings.
Chicago.
Bears.
They're playing better than I thought. I'm taking the Bears.
I don't know. This is going to be probably a 3-point game. I think I'm going to have to. I don't like them by any means. They're a quarterback graveyard, just like Cleveland. I'll take the Bears.
Same here. Go with the Bears. Just look better, right now. Okay, next one. Packers at Giants.
I watched the Packers play the other night. They are quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go with them.
Agreed. Yeah, I think they're better than they play sometimes.
I don't know what's going on with them. We expect more from the Packers, but I don't believe that the Giants can. I think the Giants are their schedule. I mean, excuse me, are their record. They're a bottom feeder. So I definitely have to go with the Pack.
Same thing. I mean, Brian Daboll used to be the offensive coordinator for the Browns. He is out. The Giants are they're taking on water. I'll go with the Packers in this one as well. Okay, next one is Bengals at Steelers.
I don't want to go with them Steelers, but I mean, I wish the Steelers would lose, but man, Bengals.
They're hosting.
Not Bengals stinking up the place now. It's like.
Did somebody say Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks!
On that note, I'm going with the Steelers.
What the hell? Give me Cincinnati.
I hate to do this. My gut is going to probably start rumbling here real soon, but I'm going to have to go with the Steelers on this one. Long term, though, I don't think that they're built to really last. I mean, they're like the best of the worst right now. So I'm going with the Steelers. Next up, Texans at Titans.
I hadn't watched either one of them to know enough to.
Well, I
Okay.
got to rock with the Texans. I'm a Stroud man, and Titans ain't Titans again. Another bottom feeder, and and Texans that's taking a step back, but Titans bottom feeder to me. So got to go with the Texans.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Stroud and the Texans too. I've always liked that kid.
Yeah,
I mean, I like
I
Stroud,
like
but
the Texans
just to
too.
be the odd man, I'm going the other way. Take the Titans, but I think I'll regret it. But
You're gonna short sell here on Titans. I'm going with the Texans again. I think that they're a little better, but I agree with the comment that they've taken a step back this year. Okay, next up, 49ers at Cardinals.
How's Arizona doing this year?
49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the 49ers anyway.
me too, and although Arizona with their backup man, he handed Dallas their hat, man.
Like 49ers, yeah, they're just the better team here. Even though the Cardinals, like you just said, gave the Cowboys a big scare.
Here, they gave him something else. It's called a
Yeah. Okay.
ass whooping.
Okay. Next up here. Another good one. Seahawks at Rams.
I think that's going to be a good one. Man.
Man. Now that's going to be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a fight. I mean, that's going to be.
I'm taking
fight.
Rams because they're at home. I take the Rams, but I think it's going to be a close one.
I'm just going to take Seahawks, man, just so I can be different.
Be different. I hear you.
I'll take the Rams.
Going with the Rams too. They're at home. They've been really good there. So, okay. Next up, here it is. Our dreadful game, Ravens at Browns.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I'm going to pick the way that I am, even though I tried to put a little glitch in people's memories here. But this is why I think they're going to lose.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I'm taking the Ravens.
If I voted my heart would be on Cleveland. But for this pick here, I think it's going to have to be the Ravens. Oh,
Yep.
God, wash my mouth out with soap.
I know, geez.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I have to go with the Ravens here. Browns are, again, you said about a couple of these other teams, they are now bottom feeders. Okay, moving on to the next one here. Chiefs at Broncos.
I think the
Man, I tell you, I'm going with the Bronx, man. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs, man. It seems like they seem a little unsettled to me this year.
Yeah.
No, they seem like they're not quite as certain as they used to be. But it's hard to vote against. It's hard to go against Mahomes.
true that, and I think they're getting healthier. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
You know.
And Bronco. That's a good team. That's a good football team.
And I know the Chiefs are favored, but I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
I'll take the Chiefs. Just to have something different.
Going with the Broncos, always playing at Mile High is tough for opponents, and even though the Chiefs are shaping up, Sean Payton is a really good coach. He really is, and he's finally found his groove. So I'm going with the Broncos on this one.
Agreed. He's a good coach.
Next up, come on. All right, Lions at Eagles, another good one.
I'll take Detroit. Oh, wait, that's against the Eagles? That's going to be a hell of
At
a
the Eagles,
game.
yeah, it's at Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I changed mine. I'll take the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles, but I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions get them. But it's gonna be that probably will be the best game.
I
It's gonna
think.
be a
Yeah.
good game because the man, here's what's crazy to me is the Eagles, man, have proven now that the thing that they started, the tush push, that they're incapable of stopping it themselves. But I'm going with the Eagles.
I'm in laws in Philadelphia. I'm going to be there for Thanksgiving. I let you know that, Pat. I have to pick the Eagles. Otherwise, I won't be allowed in the house. So I'd pick them anyway. Okay, and the Monday night game. Here we go. Another fun one for two of us. For two of the four of us here. Cowboys at Raiders.
Bottom feeder against bottom feeder. I don't. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard now, man. When you consider the situation going on with the young man, that emotionally, I wonder where Dallas is going to be at. But I'm gonna go with Dallas. Because they're either going to be extremely motivated by that, or they're going to be extremely broken by it. But I'm gonna go with Dallas.
And I'm gonna go with Dallas because of this right here. With the combination of Pickens and Lamb, man, Dak has, for the most part, Dak has looked good. In spite of how, as a team, how bad they've played. Especially the defense. Come on, we're talking about the raggedest defense in the league, and now they're missing another guy. You're talking about the horrible, horrible defense. I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah, go with the Cowboys. The again better team. You're right. Motivation, I think, is probably a big factor here. So go with the boys.
But you guys, if you want to, dust off your high school cleats because you probably could play for Dallas on defense.
Okay. All right. Those are all the games for this week.
Is that the Thursday? Did that have the Thursday?
Oh, do we want to?
Yeah, we usually do that.
Okay. I mean, I just went through everything on this slate this week. So, okay, here's the Thursday game. Okay, Jets at Patriots.
Oh my God, two stinking teams.
At Jets at Patriots, man.
I'm taking the Patriots.
Patriots, man. Man, I mean, as big a fan as I am of Justin Fields, man, my goodness, man, the Jets, man, they're awful, man. And they're trading everything away. They're trying to, do they semi-rebuild, man. I guess they traded away two very good players. I guess they weren't buying into things. Man, they're terrible.
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm going to take New England.
Yeah.
Because I don't think if the Jets come against a decent team, they're going to get blown out of the water, like it was supposed to happen with Cleveland last week.
Man, man.
We still seem to take New England, Pat, because your buddy's not there. Yeah, Belichick. He's not going to be there.
At Carolina.
I'm going with Patriots too. I have a nickname that I've heard a lot about New York. The Not Yets. They still are not yets.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes that. Anybody got anything else before we wrap it up?
Go Buckeyes.
Yeah, the Buck. That's all.
Oh, we need to talk about that for a second. I've watched all the games that they've had so far. That quarterback on Ohio State has got a rifle arm. That dude is so accurate, it's pathetic.
I got a question. Is it that he's that good, or is it that those receivers are just that good, man? Because that
There was
Smith
one.
kid, oh my God!
There
And
was
then
one.
the other one,
There was
I'll
one
say it's
guy.
a combination. I'll give him credit. I think he's that good and he's getting confidence. But he's got two professional. He's got Sunday receivers,
yes, sir,
and
agreed.
it's insane the receivers that he has. But here the reason why I say it's both, because think about when Kyle McCord was there and he had really good receivers and he just couldn't make it happen. Now he did go to Syracuse and redeem himself, but man, you got the weapons, you can't use them, but he's got the weapons and can use them. But yeah, he's a good quarterback, and because you got to think, man, I mean, he's really a first year quarterback. I mean, so he reminds me of Stroud.
I
He,
agree.
he
I
reminds me
kind of like that comparison. I'm gonna say this also though. The one thing that I see that they're not as good as they have been in past years on is their running game.
Yeah, could use a little.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the run game as much as it is the line. Though I'm not pleased with the O line because I'm like, man, them doggone backs, man. They show me, man, if you give them some help, they can produce. But yeah, a team can't. They got to have some weakness. It would be a shame if the O line was like that with all of the studs they got on the roster. But yeah, so yeah, they're nice, but and I'll tell you something else too, man. Sometimes, man, they have some lapses on defense too. The secondary. So, I mean, they got some work to do still.
I'll put it like this. I just, like I said, I think they're okay, but they have been better. Ohio State has been known for producing great backs as well, or having a strong running game as well. And so, and then the other side of that is this. Uh, these teams dial up a lot of different blitzes and so forth for that Ohio State offense. So they have, and it looks to me like college football, the defenses have gotten better over this last year or so, last few years.
Yeah,
College football in general.
I agree.
All right, let's go ahead and call this a day. We actually got an hour and a half in the can. Not too bad at all. Do want to remind everybody that we are back on the air with most of our programs. We got Radioactive coming up tomorrow night. God knows what the topics are going to be, but we'll find something good. Then Monday night, we're going to do an argument show. And this one is going to be quite special because the topics are going to be something to the effect of um, how long before they dump Trump, and also the where's the Epstein files? So that's going to be a good show. And
That's on Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday at 8.
Monday at 8. I'm gonna tune in for that. I may may want to be a surprise. Well, surprise
You
guest.
can come in if you want to. I got no problem with that. And I'm sure Dale wouldn't either. But that's going to be a pretty good program because I intend to. Certain people are so stuck on that clown. I just can't believe that. I can't believe what I hear. But that'll be for tomorrow. Or that'll be for Monday night's show. And then
just in short, those are the people that somehow know where the secret gas stations is, where they get the cheap gas, and where the secret grocery stations are, where they get the cheap groceries.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured out what those are.
Including
the gas cheap and the groceries cheap, and I haven't been able to find them yet.
Including $1 for a carton of eggs and $1.85 for a gallon of gas. That's what we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
promised. I'm still holding them to that.
I've seen some people say they that's what they're paying. I don't know where
Yeah,
at, but
it's like
they
that's what I'm
never
like.
tell us.
I'm like, show me where they are. You know, they
Yeah.
got the secret stations and the secret grocery stores, man. I guess.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We will see everybody hopefully here next week. As far as I know, I'm free until after the first of the years. Well, I'm not free. I'm expensive, but that's beside the point. Anyway,
I'm cheap. Yeah.
there was an old Bob Newhart clip that I can remember this sound effect like I've had it forever. It's not. You're not thrifty. You're cheap.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we will see everybody next week. Have a good one, and 73, we gone. As soon as I can get there. No, that's not. No, that's not you. That's not you. Oh, there we are. See y'all.